Have you ever loved something so much that its brokenness became your own? A relationship, a family, a community, a nation. Have you ever felt a love so deep that you were willing to endure rejection, mockery, and profound personal pain just for the chance to speak a truth that could save it? We often think of strength as being stoic, unbreakable, and unmoved. But what if true strength, the kind of strength that can change the world, is found in a heart that is willing to break? Today, we delve into the life of one of God's most passionate, most misunderstood, and most profoundly human messengers. He was a man called to deliver a message of impending doom to the nation he adored, a prophet whose heart shattered for the people who refused to listen. He is known as the Weeping Prophet, but his tears were not a sign of weakness. They were the very source of his incredible strength. This is the story of Jeremiah, a man whose broken heart perfectly mirrored the broken heart of God, and whose life is a timeless lesson in the fierce, painful, and beautiful cost of true love. Our story begins in a time of spiritual decay. The nation of Judah, God's chosen people, is standing on the precipice of disaster. They have abandoned their covenant with God, turning to idols, embracing injustice, and wrapping themselves in a cloak of empty religious ritual. On the horizon, the storm clouds of the mighty Babylonian Empire are gathering, but in the streets of Jerusalem, it is a party. The people are deaf to the warnings, convinced of their own invincibility. And into this world of denial, God calls a young man named Jeremiah. He is not a seasoned warrior or a confident aristocrat. He is young, insecure, and terrified. When God calls him, his first response is an excuse. Sovereign Lord, he says, I do not know how to speak. I am too young. He feels completely inadequate, utterly unqualified for the monumental task ahead. But God's reply is immediate and empowering. Do not say, I am too young. You must go to everyone I send you to and say whatever I command you. Do not be afraid of them, for I am with you and will rescue you. And so, Jeremiah's painful ministry begins. For 40 years, he becomes the conscience of a nation that has lost its soul. His message is not one of comfort and ease. It is a raw, urgent, and deeply unpopular call to repentance. He stands in the city gates, in the temple courts, in the king's palace, and he speaks the truth. He warns of the coming judgment, of the destruction of Jerusalem, of the exile that will follow if they do not turn back to God. And for this, he is hated. He is not just ignored, he is actively persecuted. He is branded a traitor, a madman, a pessimist. He is mocked by the powerful, beaten by the priests, and thrown into prison by the king. At one point, he is lowered into a muddy cistern to starve to death, saved only by the intervention of a kind official. His own family, the people from his hometown, conspire to kill him. Every word of truth he speaks is met with a wall of hostility, and it breaks his heart. This is why he is called the Weeping Prophet. His book is filled with some of the most gut-wrenching laments in all of literature. He cries out, "My heart is broken within me. Oh, that my head were a spring of water, and my eyes a fountain of tears. I would weep day and night for the slain of my people." His tears were not for his own suffering, but for the stubborn blindness of the people he loved. He saw the cliff they were running towards, and his soul was torn apart because he could not stop them. He even experiences moments of profound personal despair, cursing the day he was born, wrestling with a God whose call had brought him so much pain. He is a man of sorrows, intimately acquainted with grief. When has speaking a necessary, difficult truth in love cost you something personally? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. It is so easy to misunderstand a figure like Jeremiah, to see him as a prophet only of doom and gloom. But that would be to miss the heart of his message entirely. Jeremiah's warnings were not born of anger, but of anguish. His prophecies of judgment were not threats, but desperate, tear-filled invitations to return. The very reason his heart was so broken was because he understood, more than anyone, the depth of God's love for his people. His tears were a reflection of God's own tears. And it is from this place of profound heartbreak that Jeremiah delivers one of the most hopeful and revolutionary prophecies in the entire Old Testament. Just as the nation is crumbling, just as his darkest warnings are coming true and the Babylonians are at the gates, God gives him a message not of final destruction, but of future restoration. He speaks of a new covenant. He prophesies of a day when God will not write his laws on tablets of stone, but on the very hearts of his people. A day when their relationship with him will not be based on external ritual, but on internal transformation. He says, "I will put my law in their minds and write it on their hearts. I will be their God, and they will be my people, for I will forgive their wickedness and will remember their sins no more." This is the ultimate purpose of Jeremiah's tears. This is the hope that shines through his sorrow. His message was never just about the fall of a nation. It was about the redemption of the human heart. He had to tear down the false hopes and the empty religion so that something new, something real, something eternal could be built in its place. The life of Jeremiah teaches us a profound truth about love and strength. True love does not shy away from hard truths. True strength is not the absence of tears, but the courage to weep for what is broken. Jeremiah was not a pessimist. He was a heartbroken optimist. He believed so deeply in God's redemptive love that he was willing to become a vessel of pain to deliver its message. Perhaps you feel a call on your own life to speak truth into a broken situation. Perhaps you feel the heartbreak of seeing people you love walk down a destructive path. Jeremiah's story is your encouragement. It is a reminder that your love-filled warnings, your tearful prayers, your courageous stance for truth in the face of rejection are not in vain. They are the seeds of a future restoration. They are a reflection of the heart of God himself. Let us not be prophets of easy comfort, but people of profound love, willing to have our hearts broken for the things that break the heart of God. For it is only through such a broken heart that the true hope of a new covenant can be born. If this story of the weeping prophet has given you a new perspective on the cost and courage of love, please give this video a like and subscribe to our channel. Join us as we continue to explore the lives of those who show us what it truly means to follow God with all of our heart, soul, and strength.